invite. Hey guys, swipe and invite please. This is a very important broadcast I'm going to do this evening. I've been spending hours upon hours trying to find everything, researching, watching, witnessing, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the injustice. I'm tired of the abuse of police powers. And I really, really, really need people to start learning what they need to know when they go out on a protest. Hey, Orange Fanta. I'm really, I'm over all this crap that I witnessed yesterday. What I've gone through myself. And I'm going to go through... Please swipe and invite everybody. I'm being shadow banned, so... I want to try and get a good number of people in here, if possible. Which is quite tricky at the moment because... I'll just tweet this out. I can see the numbers are going down. Well, I don't think Mandela was quite the same, unfortunately. I think Mandela turned out to be a bit of a terrorist himself, so I heard some different stories about what he got up to. But there are plenty of people who've been persecuted for their political beliefs, regular people. So I'm going to start now, and what I'm going to talk about is the United Kingdom. Over, I don't know how many years, people's rights have been completely trounced on. And unfortunately, because of the political ideology, depending on your political ideology, it is who is going to stand up for you and talk for you. If you're conservative, libertarian, nationalist, obviously there's not the people there who will stand up and demand that you get your rights upheld. So I'm going to just show you this one thing about something, obviously my personal experience, okay? And I'm going to say about me because obviously there's no better examples to give than something that I've been through myself. And then I want to talk about what happened yesterday and what's been happening. Hey, Based Welshman. So if everybody can please share this as much as possible. If you think I'm not a lawyer, this is I'm just, all my information is what I've gleaned from the internet and research, watching, learning, and knowing, believing what's right. And if we want our political aims in the world we're living in to gain any traction, we have to start standing up for our rights. And we need people who have platforms, bigger platforms, to take our fight for us and spread the word. Because there's an awful lot of people out there who have the platforms and then they use a story for their own clicks and whatever, and then they forget about it. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this, my case. This is a perfect example. This was done on July 27th, 2018. Sargon of Akkad, who's got almost 1 million subscribers. Okay? He did a YouTube on Western Sharia police. And I happen to be, yours truly, was involved. So here.
Of course, had those people posted something Islamophobic, I'm sure the story would have been different. The next example is from a lady who frequents Hyde Park. She was complaining about the fact that Muslims were doing group prayers in Speaker's Corner, which is something forbidden by the ordinances of the park. But police were turning a blind eye to it.
Excuse me, officer. Do you know that they're not allowed to do that in the parks, in Royal Parks? Pray?
No, they are.
No, they're not. They're not. It's against park rules.
They've been given an area that it's not blocking off the main concourse.
It goes it goes against the park rules. The Royal Park rules.
I think it's been considered.
It shouldn't, because We're not allowed to do anything.
Yep.
No form of prayer is allowed.
As far as they're aware,
well,
they've been given an area which is
no,
obviously not infringing on people that are walking past.
Despite the fact that no one else is allowed to pray en masse in Hyde Park, the Muslims there had been given an area of their own to do their mass prayers in. Why? Why should they be? Why should anyone be if this is a restricted area that you can't pray in?
It's against the regulations.
It's not
it's
my
against
job
the
to make
regulation.
that.
Well, you're an officer of the law.
Yes.
You're supposed to be upholding.
Yeah, but I don't know, and I could
you
never
just admitted to me that
I'm not
you
going to debate with you.
Well, you just admitted to me that you are aware of the law.
Yes,
and you're choosing to disobey.
There's so many.
Even though I'm asking you why it's being allowed. As a citizen of this country,
I'm telling you.
I'm saying to you that activity is not allowed, and you're permitting it as an officer.
I am, yes.
For what reason?
Well, so are all my colleagues.
Why?
Because my boss has said it can carry
Why?
it. Because I asked them.
Oh, it's okay? Because all of his colleagues are doing it and his boss said it was okay too. Well, I guess we can just let off the Nazis at the Nuremberg trials then. It's all right for everyone to break the rules as long as the boss is okay with it. Because at the end of the day, laws are discretionary, aren't they?
You cannot enforce allow it to continue.
What? So whether it's allowed or not, you've been instructed to let it continue.
All laws are
Under what?
discretionary.
No, they're not.
Well, they are.
Yes, they are.
That's an officer of the law.
All laws are discretionary. Try to go against the law.
Thank you.
All laws are discretionary now. They're just up to the discretion of the police officer involved. If he doesn't want to enforce the law, then he doesn't have to. He's not under any obligation to do so. But let's be honest here, we know exactly why they're not enforcing this law, and this lady does too.
You know full well that the reason why you let them is because you don't want any trouble. That's why.
That's your opinion.
Am I wrong? Am I actually, come on, am I wrong? Come on. If you went over there now and said, excuse me, gentlemen, could you please, you're not allowed to do this. Do you think you'd get out in one piece, or do you think you might have a riot on your hands?
Probably would.
And it is, as this lady points out, a two-tier legal system. It's one rule for one and another rule for everyone else. And that is, frankly, not acceptable.
And I think you know why. Because for some reason, everybody else has to follow the law. There's exceptions being made for a certain group of people who believe in a certain ideology, and it's totally unfair.
But that's not where this stopped. The next day, at 9 in the morning,
Not quite.
that lady received a knock on her door from the police. What?
Okay, so he was incorrect in this his timing and everything else, but this would definitely happened.
What happened next?
And you're not going to tell me what it's about. Alright, so, what time is it? It's 10 to 9 in the morning, on a Tuesday morning, and the police are at my door.
I can't listen to this.
Filming, I can see your footage going, and I'm going to open my door, and I'm filming what is going on. You're not coming in.
Fine.
No,
I need to come. You need to come out then.
You're not. Okay. What are you doing?
You need to come out.
What are you doing?
Well, you're under arrest. Okay.
For what?
About in the course of justice. What?
Course of justice.
Do not resist us.
What are you
Do not resist us.
rely on in court. Anything you say may be given evidence.
Ow!
My assistant for your.
If that doesn't put a shiver up your spine, I don't know what will. And at the end of the day, why were they even arresting her for perverting the course of justice? Yeah. It's just a discretionary law. What's the big deal? I don't know what happened to this woman after that either, but...
Do you know, if he doesn't know what happened, he can find out. Sargon. I'm not that hard to find, Sargon. You know, if you just do a little bit of research, you could find out, Sargon. And it would be amazing if we could get the word out as to what the hell is going on in this country, because it's become unacceptable. And you, as a person with a lot of a big platform and a big voice, it behooves you to follow these things up, okay? Really. And by the way, I was convicted of a homophobic hate crime, okay? And that takedown has been forgotten. Okay?
You know, I'm sure she was just fine.
No, actually, I wasn't just fine, Sargon. I've actually been persecuted, etc., etc.
I'm sure we can trust the cops to have done nothing wrong.
Oh,
but you know what's funny
really?
about this is that after this happened, The police went to Hyde Park and told the Muslims there that they couldn't pray en masse, citing the very ordinance that they said was just discretionary.
Royal Parks does not permit collective acts of worship or other religious observances in the Royal Parks estate, even their own right or as part of a demonstration, event or other activity.
And at least one of the Muslims there identified this woman as the cause of them no longer being allowed to break the law.
You know who done this again? I'm going to say it's the old lady who made the complaint, and now there's a rule coming across by the fountain over there. Why start with the Muslims all the time?
The London Metropolitan Police in particular seem to have a real problem with enforcing British law in regards to Islam, in particular when it comes to extremism.
Alright, so that's that, okay, and that so here's the point. He did this in July, alright? And then, incredibly, as everybody knows what's been going on since then. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find the, okay, hang on. Since then, he has spoken to, we've had our protests, and we've done a lot of speaking to people, we've done a lot of marches, and guess who he interviewed?
I guess this brings us on to free speech. Now, you brought up something to me regarding free speech in this country that I wasn't previously aware of. Would you like to...
So this is Sargon, and this is Lord Pearson, right? Lord Pearson of the House of Lords, a serving lord, right? Very, 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 who, helped out in certain circumstances. Sorry, I missed that question. Hang on. He's got almost 897,000 subscribers. I mean, that's massive. Massive.
Would you like to tell me about this?
Yes, the law in this country gives us complete freedom of speech, religious...
Thank you, Orange Fanta. I hadn't seen your remark. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Speech, anything you want. And it's an amendment passed...
Hang on, let me see.
You brought up something to me regarding free speech in this country that I wasn't previously aware of. Would you like to tell me about
so
it?
listen carefully.
The law in this country gives us complete freedom of speech, religious speech, anything you want.
Did you hear that? The law gives us complete freedom of speech. Against religion, against anything you want, is what he said.
And it's an amendment passed in the Lords by...
29J, which I spoke about a lot in the summer, as some of you will know who listen to me. I talk about 29J all the time. Hashtag 29J.
Waddington to the Public Order Act 1986, and it's the famous section 29J, and it reads as follows. It's a bit dense, but it's worth listening to. Nothing in this part shall be read or given
so he reads that out.
in a way which prohibits or restricts discussion, criticism, or expressions of antipathy, dislike, ridicule, insult, or abuse of particular religions, or the beliefs or practices of their adherents, or of any other belief system or the belief...
This is what I want you to listen to, Orange Fanta. This is my point. This is where we are in such a mess today, and why so many people are being persecuted politically, which I cannot believe I use those words together, in the United Kingdom. The mother of democracy, the seat, the mother of, seriously, the mother of all parliaments, of democracy. Now, he's reading this out, all right? Now, listen to what he says. It's really critical, his reaction.
Or practices of its adherents, or proselytizing or urging adherents of a different religion or belief system to cease practicing their religion or belief system. Now, that is free speech.
Okay?
Now, free speech. He's declared it, right? Keep listening.
That could not be more categorical.
It's categorical.
So how have we arrived at a position where in 1986 we had a codified law that guaranteed our free speech to thousands of people per year going to jail for their naughty opinions?
Well, sure.
Arrested, sorry.
I don't know about thousands.
No, absolutely.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll send you the data.
Well, you see, what's happened is that the Crown Prosecution Service...
Okay, so now he's going to mention a lower, legal group. As far as I know, they're lower than the law of the land. right? Crown Prosecution Service and...
when it was under that left-wing woman, I can't remember her name now, and the police have got a different definition for identifying hate crime.
Now, how... This is my big question. How can that be? How are the police and the Crown Prosecution Service allowed to reinterpret the law that is clear as day, as night, as day? How are they permitting this? Because that's why I was persecuted. That's why I was taken to the ground. Okay, that's why I've been shoved over. Why is it allowed?
And that goes as follows. It's any criminal offence, which actually it isn't.
Yeah. See? And he just read out, he's reading out a definition from the police and the Crown Prosecution of any criminal offence. And he's just contradicted that by saying, well, actually, it isn't. This is what is so crazy. Did he not hear himself?
And I've got the government last week to say there is no criminal offence in the UK of hate speech.
So the government, the people who are overseeing our laws, creating our laws, the people who are supposed to be enforcing their laws, the laws that the land's created, are creating their own definitions. How is that permissible in a free society ruled by law? And he's already, again, he's accepting this double standard, double, what the hell? And he's saying it so casually, accepting it.
Would have said to me from the dispatch box, it carries the force of law. Nevertheless, where we are with the police and the Crown Prosecution.
Now he's laughing, okay? Now I know he's not finding it funny. It's an irony. It's like he's not actually amused, but he finds it bemusing. But he's reading it.
Services, any criminal offence which is perceived by the victim or any other person to be motivated by hostility or prejudice based on a person's disability or perceived disability, race or perceived race.
So this is all garbage, okay? He's actually declared that all of this BS of hate speech, hate crime, hurty words is actually exactly the law. I could cry, actually. I could actually cry to know what I've been put through and what thousands, and I'm sure Sargon isn't wrong. I think that there are thousands of people who've had their liberty taken from them, their freedoms of speech, of assembly, stolen illegally by the police, by the very people who are supposed to be upholding and defending our rights. It's completely screwed up. And nobody's being held accountable. And he knows. He's reading it right here on camera. No question what he said. And now what he's saying is, oh, well, yeah, but, the police, they're a law unto themselves is what he's saying. And it's true.
Or religion or perceived religion. Or sexual orientation or perceived sexual orientation. Or
Oh, you mean like have a gay day? Have a gay day. You're not talking about that one, are you, Lord Pearson? Ah, gosh. Oh, guess who's been convicted of a hate crime that you just said is not a crime? What do we do, people? What do we do about this? This is crazy and it's outrageous.
Transgender identity or perceived transgender identity. There is no legal definition of hostility, so we use the everyday understanding of the word, which includes ill will, spite, contempt, prejudice, unfriendliness, antagonism, resentment.
See, somebody's even managed to put the word unfriendliness in there. Who wrote up these? Do you think it might have been the Bacon Bits who created this complete fabrication and the lunatic left cahoots to just make it the most absolutely anything is possible? It just really annoys me.
So that's what they've done to Section 29J. And last week I had a question in the Lords on the 5th of December precisely to ask whether 29J remains in force, and if so, what is the basis in statute for the offence of religious hate speech? And you can see it. And the answer is 29J still holds. Okay? Right. There is no criminal offence in the UK for hate speech. So I then went on and asked, I said, well...
I'm sorry. I can say firsthand that no, you're wrong, Lord Pearson. There actually is a criminal offence for hate speech, alleged hate speech even, because I didn't even use hate speech. I said have a gay day. But that's been able to be turned into hate speech. So it's on you are responsible to direct whoever the hell is responsible for coming up with all this BS to get it thrown away. And we need sanity to return to this country. Yeah, look, I'll show you.
Well, okay, so a Christian who proclaims Jesus is the only Son of the one true God.
Have a gay day.
Can he be arrested for hate speech if a Muslim feels offended?
Have a gay day.
And by the same token, of course, can a Muslim be arrested for preaching the supreme divinity of Allah if a Christian takes offence? Oh,
Orange Fanta, I can't tell. I'm just so sick of this. I don't understand. So here I am, been persecuted. I've been, well, not everybody. The people who follow me have a good idea of what's been going on in my life just this last year and what I've been put through at the hands of the legal system. Yeah. But, the law's already there. That's the whole point. The law is in place. They don't have to create one. They just have to throw away, revoke, repeal the hate speech laws. Yeah, that's, he got put in, he got tried, right? Exactly. And I know of so many more people who are suffering. And he's just kind of laughed it off for something silly. I know he doesn't mean to, okay? I understand that Lord Pearson, he's not thinking of people when he's, sort of, look what they say. He doesn't actually realise how much money, time, emotional distress, manpower has been used in this country and abused by the police and the CPS to persecute and prosecute and mentally harm law-abiding people. And let me just show you this abuse. Okay, now I'm going to tell you now, right? Here we go. And I've looked up, trust me, it's made me do a lot of research. Sorry, my hand's shaking now. Now we have a human right, right? The European Court, the Human Rights Act of 1998, which is in our law, okay? Sorry, that's not what I'm looking at. Hold on. The articles, 10, 11... I'm just, I've been trolling through... Not trolling. I haven't been trolling anybody, but... Hang on, I've got the wrong thing up here. Human Rights Act. Where is it? No, this isn't it. Sorry, I've got the wrong thing up. Hang on. Anyway, I'm going to show you something else. Is it here? Right. Freedom of assembly. Right, Article 11. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to Article 9. Freedom of thought, conscience and religion. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience and religion. Okay? So we have the freedom to think. We're allowed to think how we want to think. I know, Roy, I'm just... at this moment in time, I am feeling... From what I saw yesterday happening, it's just this constant abuse of power, and the people need to learn the rights. You've got freedom of expression, okay? So we can say what we like, when we like, where we like, as long as you're not threatening physical harm to somebody, okay? I am in battle mode. Freedom of assembly and association, and freedom of assembly. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and to freedom of association with others, including the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his interests. Okay, so right of assembly, right of thought, right of expression. Okay? Now, the other thing I'm going to show you guys, this is all leading up to showing you, thanks Roy, I'm going to show you, this is leading up to footage that I'm going to show you, okay? Wait a minute, I've got to just find the right one. Wait a minute, where is it? Okay, now, physical contact by police, okay? This is from, okay, I won't show this guy's page because he's very protective of his page, but his name's Ian Gould and he's a solicitor, okay? Now, if a police, this is under his title of, can the police detain you without arresting you? Okay, this is a solicitor's, you know, he's come out with all sorts of stuff, and he gives case examples of references. Now, the question is, okay, here we go. If a police officer restrains a man, for example, by gripping his arm or his shoulder, then his action will also be unlawful, unless he is lawfully exercising his power of arrest. A police officer has no power to require a man to answer him, accepting the lawful exercise of his power of his arrest. The lawfulness of a police officer's conduct is judged by the same criteria as are applied to the conduct of any ordinary citizen of this country. So all the handsy-wansy with the police, touching, pushing, nudging, whatever, that is assault. When I said to people, when I'm shouting common assault, that's assault, I mean it. And they know it. But the problem is that people don't know. Well, we've got, it's not the CPS. I'm talking about when we're at these demonstrations and the police are getting physical. People need to tell them to stop. En masse. We all need to challenge their bullying tactics and their assaults. I know why they do it. I know why the police do it, but we're letting them do it. Too many people are letting the police get away with these tactics that are illegal. They have no right to touch us unless they're arresting you, unless you've broken the law, okay? That's my point. There's a big difference between, obviously, if you've broken the law, if you've assaulted somebody, if you have broken the law, loss, damage, no, what is it? No harm, no loss, no injury. Right? No harm, no loss, no injury. Those are the three common law points where if you do any of those, then they can put their hands on you. So what I'm saying is, all right, this is my point here, right? In, not this video. Wait a minute, where is it? Damn it. Here, watch this, okay? This is from yesterday in Leeds, okay? And this is from Leggett's, my son's, video footage. Now, these are yellow vesters are over here, right? People in yellow vests. And then you've got the police. And watch how they cattle. Right, now the police are doing a maneuver where they're trying to make up a line, and they're going to impede the free movement of these people in their lawful right to protest and go about their liberty. Do you see how they're all... So these are kettling tactics, okay? This is what's called a kettle, when they contain. They form a circle or barrier around with bodies, and they stop people from getting... Okay, so here's the police here. He's now got his hands on him, right? I know. But Roy, people haven't been... Oh, hey, Scott, how are you, dear? People have not... It has been going on for way too long, and it's been going on for so long that they have regard for nobody. So we need to stop it. Okay, we need to make a stand. I know, Noala. I wish I had I don't have any ability to do that. I've got no... I don't have facilities. This is just me doing my... I'm just so frustrated. I wish I could do it and teach everybody, just show what's going on. But here, so look. So now there are people in the crowds. There are people, you can hear them saying they can't hold you against your will. They can't. There are people amongst these crowds that know the rights, but the other people don't. It's all right. I am obviously feeling a bit stressed because I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, and none of it's been good, and I'm frustrated by my health and everything else. But anyway, thanks God. Yeah, that's true, Roy. So the people, luckily, this lot, they all got it, okay? They defied that. The police tried to make a cordon around them, and because of the numbers, they weren't able to set up and contain them. So now the police are running up ahead, right? They're trying to go ahead again. They're trying to go ahead and contain. Look, see, the police, they've run up ahead. Right, now they're doing another one. Now they're trying to do another line. Right, see that? Right? Some of the people know what's going on, and so they can see it, and so they just keep going. See, they've blocked them off. Right, that's illegal. That is illegal, okay? That is an illegal maneuver by the police to contain people who've not done anything wrong, who are going about their lawful right to protest. They've got the human rights to assemble and protest peacefully, which is what they were doing. And the police are now breaking the law, okay? Especially when they put their hands on people. So they've split them up. Right, they've done it now. They've put a stop to the march. Okay? Now anybody who tries to get past them, will have their hands, they'll have hands put on them, and the police will just push them back, which is wrong, which is illegal, it's assault. Now, I don't know what that bloody flag is with the circle on it. I have no idea. Well, that stupid flag with the square and circle. Now, that policeman just told him to say, get in there. And Leggett said, I'm not in there. And he said, yes, you are. And he said, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, you are. Right. So he's assaulted him.
Am I swearing at you? Don't put your hands up on the camera. Oh, sorry. Are you sorry? I thought you said, what's your name? What's your name? Well, you're hi.
Look at her. Look at her.
Don't put your hands on me. Yeah. Big man, you are you? Hey, yeah, we'll see. He's sorry to you. Right, no, he's taking the piss. He's taking the piss. He wants to arrest me. You're right. He's dying.
Okay, so this is all causing stress, alarm, distress, harassment for all the people who were quietly, nicely walking along. Now the police have agitated the situation and got everybody all upset and concerned and worried. So that is, again, they are inciting the problem. They are creating the harassment, alarm and distress. Therefore, they should be arrested. Everybody should do a citizen's arrest on all of those police. Yeah, this was Leeds. Yeah, it's my son, Leggett, yeah. Yesterday. Look, now he's pushing a woman, okay? He's pushing a woman, and this is where we know this has been going on for years and years because the police do it without even a second thought. So that tells you that it's been ingrained, it's been done so much that they don't even care anymore. That is bad news. So we need to now step back and start taking our rights back and start ordering these oafs, these thugs, into getting in their place. No, I don't have a son. KGB, I just call him my son. I thought he was Tommy, you see, so I called him my son. It was a joke, so now it carries on. But no, sadly, I don't have a son. All right, so did everybody hear what I'm saying? Did everybody get it? Look, this woman has nothing to do with the thing. She wants to go shopping, and she's being prevented from going about her business. Okay, so here, that person I can hear in the background. He's talking about the right to, exactly. He's talking about the Human Rights Act 1998, which is what I just showed you. Okay, 1998, Freedom of Assembly, Human Rights Act. Hang on. Where was I? A minute. Sorry. Oh, what happened there? What? Oh, sorry, it's this one. Sorry, hold on. Right. Article 11. Article 11, which is UK legislation, right? Freedom of assembly and association. So that guy knows what he's talking about. The problem is that not enough people do know in the group. And so when they're in the situation of high pressure, emotion, physicality, they become afraid, which is totally normal. They get anxious and they forget, and then they tend to just comply because they're worried, right? I get it. But we have to now, if we want to save this country, if we want to save the future for the next generations of their freedoms, maintain what we once knew, then we have to stop this rot. We have to stop the bloody... That's right, they know. And they're such bully boys that they've been getting away with it for so long. So I'm trying to find the footage. All right, so is it this one? No, that's something else actually about the rights of people. Here we go. KGB, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you, I'm not saying to assault the police. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling people to turn and get physical. I'm saying that people need to stand and say, don't touch me, you're committing an assault. And if enough people say it to these idiots, then they're going to start listening. And then they're going to have to start reviewing. We need to turn it back. We need to claim back our civil rights as a society, as a free society. We cannot let this go because this is turning into the SS. This is turning into dictatorship, okay, and oppression. This is what these people are doing, and they're being permitted to do it, despite our laws. Do you see this? You're entitled to express yourself without interference from the state. Do you understand? This guy, you can hear him shouting. I don't know who it is, but he is shouting what the law is. But unfortunately, the situation is way too... This needed to be spoken about, actually, before they moved off. Okay, we do need to have some kind of meetings, because I can tell you now, there's an awful lot of people, he is citing the law, and there's an awful lot of people who will have gone through this experience yesterday in different locations who will choose not to go through this trauma again, because the police abuse the powers and they'll feel intimidated and they won't want to have to encounter this. So what we need to do is, I know, we need to make sure we know what we're doing. We get together and everybody knows their rights. I mean, if it's a case of trying to print out cards, I could use it to do a thing of trying to print out our rights. And people just learning. It's not a lot. There's not a lot you need to know. Okay? There really isn't a lot you need to know. But you need to have the courage of your conviction. And pull out that piece of paper and say, right, this is you're breaking my human rights. I'm charging you and I'm going to do a citizen's arrest. That's right.
Human Rights Act 1998.
I mean, can you hear the guy? Whoever he was, yeah, like a citizen card. Whoever that guy was, he's shouting it. Yeah, I know. That's right. If he'd had a bullhorn. But unfortunately, as you can see, yeah, laminated cards. I know. I think I'm going to have to do that, actually. I'll figure something out. I'll try and think of something, unless, you know, but I don't have a lot of techno stuff and stuff, but I'll try and figure something out. Telling people to understand rights when faced with politically... Yes, exactly, yes. That's right. We're being politically oppressed because we're on the wrong side, okay? And, but what I'm saying... Wait, so what I'm trying to say is... If enough people get to know about what their rights are and understand that what the police are doing is wrong, legally, then we need to take them back. I mean, I'm not sure if that's what you meant, Bridget. I don't know if I got that right. Yeah, this is all politically motivated, right? But the police are supposed to be apolitical, but they're not. So, but they know when they're doing it wrong.
Is he the guy in charge, the green guy? Green guy? Yeah. Is he the guy in charge? Where's the yellow poop guy? The guy in charge, the yellow poop guy.
Knowledge is power, Noala.
There, here. We'll call him over if you need something. Yeah, go on, he's there. Please, you guys in blue. I want to speak to the man in charge.
See, right now, what these people don't know, okay, they don't know that he's not supposed to be doing that. He is detaining people, and it's breaking the law. Okay. Well, this is the whole point of Brexit. Okay, this is the problem. I mean, we got to make there's a big fight. It's not going to happen overnight, but we have to start somewhere. Okay, we have to start with preventing the police from taking people's names and addresses and details and criminalizing them. Okay, and the number one thing that I want to tell everybody is everybody and anybody in any of these protests, do not give your name to the police. Do not give a false name. Don't give any name. Say nothing. Do not, no matter what they tell you, why they want it, no. Because then you're on a database. You are then on their database, and you're in that bloody, right-wing whatever, and, they've got you. And so... There's no requirement, and exactly, Donna, I know. Exactly. This is my point.
I want to speak to him. Can I speak to him? What do you want to know? Well, I want to know is why this fucking come over here. It says copper over here, yeah? Fucking dirty little bastard, man. Fucking assaulting people. I could give a fuck, yeah. Why everyone's going? Oh, where were you about your coppers?
See, now I agree with that chant now. I see, I didn't used to like that chant because it reminded me of the BLM thing, but now I do like that chant because they are our streets. Yeah, I don't know who it was, KGB. Okay, I'm going to address that, based Welshman, the Section 50. I'm going to show you about that. See, he's got his phone to his ear because he doesn't want to talk to Leggett. It was whose streets are streets, whose streets are streets, and it just reminds me of the BLM bloody thing, so... But they are our streets. Yeah. Now, they're actually, this is what's great, okay? What I saw yesterday from what I'm seeing now, because I haven't actually seen all this footage, to tell you the truth. So they obviously made it through. They obviously broke the lines because they were allowed to, so... is it section 35? There's a section, I thought it was 30 or something. That's to do with the, yeah. Okay. Listen, right now, based Welshmen, I'm just talking about our rights as protesters, as free citizens. I'm not talking about the YouTube and all the censorship that's going on there, because that's another whole battle, I'm afraid. So the police keep on trying to reform the line. They keep on trying to contain. And eventually, let's see what happens here. Let me see, because I haven't seen this. Right, so they're losing. Alright, so the police keep on trying to contain, right? So now I'm going to go on to the point that I'm going to make here, which is this part here, okay? So, unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's all, well, there's censorship on the internet, right? But this is, I'm talking about what's going on with the streets and how we're being shut down. We need the movement to get bigger. And what's going on with this sort of heavy-handed tactics is they're hoping to intimidate enough people so that, is this Amy who screamed for police after being assaulted? They've already got your details, dummy. Look, I'm not talking about me, you idiot, you doofus. I know they know who I am, duh. God, but they still have to get my name. So, you know, whatever, Loserville, Snowflake, get lost. Actually, I'm going to get rid of you. Bye-bye. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so this is what happened at the end of the day.
Why are you coming closing in on us?
Right, so they kettled them in, right? They kettled them in.
Have you got that? I've got it all, getting it all.
So this is illegal. This is illegal. Right? Right, so they circled them in, and they gave them Section 35 dispersal orders, right? So what's happened is, right, which is again, they've abused their power, because what they did was they contained them in an area long enough so that the police could specify the location where they were, to then tell them to disperse until a certain time, right? So let me see if I can find it now. Section 50. Hold on, sorry. I've kind of lost a little bit on here. I'm trying to find the... damn it. Sorry, kids. It's human rights. Where is it? I might have closed the window by mistake. Yeah, I've accidentally closed the bloody thing. Hang on, let me just see if I can find it. Well, I'm going to try and talk about that Section 50. Wait a minute, Section 35. Okay. Excluding, this is the Section 35, the dispersal order, okay? The dispersal order here, which is what they were handing out. A police officer of at least the rank of inspector may authorize the use in a specified locality during a specified period of not more than 48 hours of the powers given by Section 35. An officer may give an authorization only if satisfied on reasonable grounds that the use of those powers in the locality during that period may be necessary for the purpose of removing or reducing the likelihood of members of the public in the locality being harassed, alarmed, or distressed, or the occurrence in the locality of crime or public disorder. Now, those two lots were not relevant to what they were doing. Okay, they were doing a political protest peacefully. So, what they did was they contained those people in that area for this. This is illegal, because this is detention. This is an illegal detention of people, right? So they illegally held them there, even though somebody said they wanted to leave. Oh, God. I've got a weirdo in here. This is an illegal move, okay? So they're not allowed to kettle. Kettling is meant to be for, you know, for public safety. So they did it long enough so that they could say that these people were there. Yeah, KGB. So they did it long enough so that they could specify the location. They wouldn't let people leave. That's an illegal detention because they weren't going to be arrested. So therefore they had no rights to detain them. So, base Rushman, I need you to listen to me. The police are not allowed to do the Section 35. With what we're doing, Section 35 is not allowed to be applied, okay? Yeah, well, that's what they did do it to each person. They took each person's name and they gave them a map and they gave them a piece of paper, but they detained them illegally. That's my point. So the detention was an illegal detention. So, anyway, basically what I'm trying to tell everybody is that the police are abusing their powers, as we know. And what... Okay, Face, I can't really have a conversation with when I'm trying to do this. Sorry, I'll talk to you about it afterwards. It's hard to get the context on people's text. So, I am, obviously, as you can tell, I'm so fed up with the whole situation. I am annoyed with what's happened to me, with how the police have bullied me and shoved me to the ground and nudged me and pulled people and arrested people and harassed people and intimidated. And it's been going on for decades because it comes naturally to them. It's second nature. But the fact is that it's against the law of the land. They are inhibiting, they are abusing. And by the way, they're breaking Article 17 of the Human Rights Act, okay? Article 17. I'm going to tell you what Article 17 is, I think. Is it here? No, that's not it. Wait. Article 17... Prohibition of discrimination. They're not allowed to discriminate. Okay, so prohibition of abuse of rights. So they're breaking Article 17 because they're prohibiting us. Wait. They're abusing their rights, the police. And here's the problem. See, when they unlawfully detain, right? Then they create another situation where maybe the person gets annoyed and hits out at the policeman. Well, then that person gets arrested for assault. So while the initial detention is illegal, then the person tends to do something which will justify their arrest. So all I'm saying is, guys, you know, I'm just trying to make people aware. I'm pleading with people who are going to take part in these marches. We've got to get everybody up to speed as best as possible with your basic rights and the confidence to challenge the police to face. They cannot take your name, and the name thing is as well that you don't have to give your name. You know, there's no need to give your name to the police ever, unless you've broken the law.
Yeah, it was. Split us off. I took them 2 miles away. Oh, right. Yeah, we had double ones. Cut us in half.
And, you know, they rely on the good-naturedness of regular people for obeying their orders. And the problem is it gives them further weight on who, I don't know. Yeah, need a list. Got to have a list. And by the way, you know, there's a call out to the people who care about civil rights. Who care about civil rights is to step forward and start defending our rights. Yeah, always have a video going. Absolutely. If you can always record everything that's going on when you're out on a march, then you've got the evidence. But I mean, unfortunately, you know, you've seen, look what's happened to me with all my evidence. I mean, and I don't know what it is about me, okay? I don't know. But I have been through a lot of stuff at the hands of the police, a lot of injustice, a lot of whatever on video. And for some reason, nobody's interested who's got a platform in reaching out, or anybody who's got any power of trying to get justice for me. Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that this is just a call out to the. I'd like it if people can share this. It just will hopefully get people. You can find everything at the touch of a button. It takes a little bit of work to find, but if you want to do, we need people to want to go on demonstrations. We need people to have the confidence and understand that you're not doing anything wrong. So, a peaceful assembly is allowed. All right, kids. That's about it for me, I think. I think I've said just about everything I want to say. Yeah. You know, it's political. The police are never superior to citizens. And, you know, sovereign rights, we have our sovereign rights, and they work for us. Oh, thanks, KGB. I tell you, it is very disappointing that nobody with a platform has reached out to me. So I feel let down by a lot of people who've got platforms, who've just decided to just ignore my plight because they might be a little bit uncomfortable. Whatever the reason, it's shame on them, really. So, you know, I have to do everything myself. Yes, I have been prosecuted and I got convicted. Yeah, they're SS. Are you talking about the hats? The police hats? They're from the SS uniform. The 3rd of December. I was convicted for telling somebody to have a gay day. So, homophobic hate crime. So, I'll show you the hat. If you're talking about the hats, you talk about the hats. No, that's not it. Hang on. That's not what I was looking for. See the hat? See that shape? Does that not look like what they're wearing in, I mean, God's sake, you know, we are under the Nazis. What, they have a gay day? I don't think it really did hit much of the news. Oh, thanks, Noala. Yeah, I haven't talked to Mike for a while. He's gone a little quiet on me, but tell him I'm happy to talk if he wants to. So yeah, so those are the SS, the hats of the SS. It's quite disturbing. It may have been, no, I said have a gay day. There's nothing, I refuse to even accept that it wasn't even daft to say it. I challenge anybody to find fault in saying have a gay day. It's daft maybe, but not illegal. It would be a criminal offence.
Why are we giving money to nonsense and to people coming up?
Yeah. Alright, kids, I'm going to get going now. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And I'm going to sign off now because I'm tired and I'm a bit fed up. Sorry, I haven't had a great day. Look, I'm really going to you're annoying me now, whoever you are, Beanie. You're actually really irritating me now. I don't identify them as a people's. Everybody's an individual. Their sexual orientation is their own business. That's right. Night, guys. Night, Noala. Cheers, KGB. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not doing a reading tonight. I'm going to have a quiet night tonight. And you know, pray for this country, pray for France, pray for Europe, pray for our rights. We need to stay strong, and people need to stay firm, and we need to stand up for what we believe in and get the word out, get the message out that we need to get our country back badly. We're in a crisis state. Brexit is being stolen from us. And without Brexit, we will not get anything. We'll lose it all. And this will be normal. So, alright kids, take care. Thank you. Oh, don't chant Tommy Robinson. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry, I don't know why they were chanting Tommy Robinson there. That's not appropriate for what we're doing now. See the hats? Yes, I did hear about it, Noala.
Who tells you right? I do as you tell me. Why do you?
Wait a minute, let me just hear this. Now, these guys in black. Now look. Look at this. Now look what they've brought out. Sorry, I hadn't seen this. This is later on. So, we went from the yellow-vested police into the Stasi police. That's what they brought out, the tough nuts. I know.
Yeah, I'm filming from the angle. No, you'll get back in the room with them. Just push me. Yeah. Why? Why is that? Why just push me?
See? Do you see? He pushed him, right? He pushed him. Shouldn't have touched him.
Yeah, I stood in the corner filming. Who tells you right? I do as you tell me. Why do you? You tell me what to do. Why? What? It says what?
That's the guy's this bloody smart aleck. There's the Stasi right there. Look at that peaked hat. I mean, that is scary, isn't it?
Since when do you tell?
Oh my God. I mean, it's scary, guys. We are really living this. You know, this isn't some horror film.
Yeah,
this is actually...
Who tells you right?
Because the European Union is... The Frankfurter is the Fourth Reich. We are being taken over by the Germans. Now, actually, actually, there's gonna be a light moment. I'm gonna show you something in here. Wait.
He's got a higher up officer bag, so I'm just going to tell him.
Boy! Get off him! You are!
Now look at that hat. The Frankfurt School, look, yeah. Now where was that picture then? Hang on. Oh my God, isn't that scary? Look. Look at the shape. Look at that shape. That's the SS. They've reshaped. Oh my God. Well, they have those as well, Roy, but that's it. Those are the... Oh my God, this is scary. I'm telling you. That uniform right there, does that look SS or what? Well, I don't think they're far off it.
You should talk to managers before you get your hands on people. Right, then put your fucking hands on me then, dickhead.
We're talking about the Fourth Reich, and we really are here, and it's unbelievable. The European project was all about the Fourth Reich, and we're in it. We are in it like nobody's business, and it's been taken over, and the dictatorship is here. The Stasi police are here. Look what's happening in France with those yellow vesters there are getting abused, assaulted, and nobody's speaking out. You really couldn't make this up. And, wait, what was I going to show you? Hang on. Wait a minute, I was going to show you something. I've forgotten now. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm going to show you something that's, Now, Leggett did very well right up until the end when he gave his details out, which was really disappointing. Because he thought he was going to get arrested because he wouldn't give his details. They threatened him with arrest and asked them what they're going to arrest him for. Do not give your details out, come hell or high water. But I'm going to show you this now. This is so funny. It is quite funny. I'm going to end on a light note. I have to end on a light note, children, if you can stick with me. Let me just show you this. Oh, this is funny. Right. Look at this. Now listen to this. Stay with me on this one. The European Commission have announced an agreement whereby English will be the official language of the European Union rather than German, which was the other possibility. As part of the negotiations, the British government conceded that English, see more spelling, had some room for improvement, and has accepted a 5-year phase-in plan that would become known as Euro English. In the first year, S will replace the soft C. Let me see where I am here. Let me show you. S will replace the soft C. Certainly this will make the no, watch this. Stay with me and watch the screen if you can. In the first year, S will replace the soft C. Certainly this will make the civil servants jump with joy. The hard C will be dropped in favour of the K. This should clear up confusion, and keyboards can have one less letter. There will be a growing public enthusiasm in the second year when the troublesome PH will be replaced with F. This will make words like photograph 20% shorter. In the third year, public acceptance of the new spelling can be expected to reach the stage where more complicated changes are possible. Now look at the writing. Governments will encourage the removal of double letters, which have always been a deterrent to accurate spelling. Also, all will agree that the horrible mess of the silent E in the language is disgraceful and it should go away. By the fourth year, people will be respectful to steps such as replacing TH with Z and W with V. During the fifth year, the unnecessary O can be dropped from words containing OU. And after this fifth year, we will have a real sense of written style. There will be no more trouble or difficulties, and if we'll find it easy to understand each other. The dream of a united Europe will finally come true. And after the fifth year, we will all be speaking German like they wanted in the first place. Congratulations! You have learnt German within minutes. Jawohl, mein Herr. Und ja. Now that was hilarious. I hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, they do phase everything in. I wouldn't put it past them to do that, you know, and start talking like this. Alright kids, that was a lighter note to finish. I need that little lightness. Sorry about my doom and gloom. I'm feeling a little bit yada yada yada. I can't find my stuff now. Oh, no. Yes, to phase in the German accent by the fifth year. We will all be speaking like the Germans. Jawohl, yes. We have ways of making you talk. Don't you know? Alright kids, I'm going to sign off on just footage from yesterday. Well done everybody who participated yesterday. We've got to fight on.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want?
Alright guys, I'm going to say bye. Take care. Love you all. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Achtung!
He's done nothing wrong. Oh look, BBC's getting a headline, look at him. Just keep it on, Phil.
And the fake news media were there.
Because you couldn't get in the van now, so now you're going to bully him now, aren't you?
Good night, guys. Take care.
Nothing, leave him alone.
This is all on Tommy Robinson News, by the way.
You're bullies, he's done nothing wrong. Oh, look, another lad's getting rid of him. What for now? Nothing for nothing. Can you let us walk out? There's nothing better.
Cheers, guys.
BBC.
Stay me out.
Oh, look, they're allowed round there. What the fuck?